One of the great gifts that Newman gave to the church and to the modern day was his sense of what true education was. And we have this debate constantly in the 21st century. What is the function of education? Is it utilitarian? Is it just to make money? Well, if you go to some of the great Ivy League universities that might be Catholic, you'll study a little bit of theology as well as your architecture, maybe as well as your history and so on. And you get a kind of a rounded education. And that was one of the great visions that John Henry Newman brought when he was invited by the Irish bishops in the 1850s to found a Catholic university. And his vision of that was contained in a series of lectures that he gave in the Rotunda Hospital in Dublin in the 1850s, around the time prior to when he was appointed rector of the Catholic University. That was the forerunner of what is now UCD. UCD came into existence in the early 20th century. And in that volume that later became called The Idea of a University, and so many people today refer to that, and that it wasn't just utilitarian, it wasn't narrow-based, it was educating the whole human person. Now, one of the sad things, I suppose, about it is that that project, for many different reasons, didn't come to full blossom or didn't come to fruition as he would have hoped. In a sense, there's a lesson for so many people there. Here you have somebody that is full of idealism, had something very worthwhile to offer, kept at it, kept plugging away at it, and it didn't work out. But he made another attempt at that in later life then, when he was in the Oratory out in London to set up a school there, and he came up against similar difficulties there. But right throughout, and still today, the ideas that he had, and they have a huge influence on us today in terms of anyone that is genuinely interested in a broad sense of what it is to be educated. And we have to be so thankful, I think, to St John Henry Newman for that, and his contribution to the whole educational field is indeed immense.